take it seriously, everyone. It is important.
Sorry.
Now, remember, on the 4th corner bag set, pass through the virgin's legs, then shake your penises at each other. All right? Now.
Roger, I don't think I've got a penis.
It's the wooden stick with the bells on, Linda. Completely obvious visual metaphor.
That's muggins.
Right. 3, 4.
John, I've been doing some research and I've discovered the significance of the stripy stick with the flowers on the end.
Really?
Yes, apparently it represents a stripy stick with flowers on the end. And if you own one, your goat won't die.
I think actually you'll find it represents a penis, Roger.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, woo! And rest.
Oh, medieval people were so marvellously earthy.
That's the great thing about Morris dancing, is there's so much more to it than meets the eye.
Oh, tons more.
Oodles.
You know, I often think when I see people laughing and clapping and just enjoying the sheer fun and spectacle of it all, they've probably got no idea that it represents a 13th century wort cutter's Thanksgiving for the annual wort harvest and his penis.
Do you know, the other day someone came up to me and they said that they thought Morris dancing was the most tiresome, tedious, weary, flat, stale, arid, unprofitable and totally lethally irksome exercise in the whole world. I just couldn't understand what he meant.
No!
Makes sense.
I just feel sorry for people like that.
Yeah.
Sir.
Good afternoon. I'd like a pair of trousers, please.
Trouser.
Sorry?
A trouser for sir, yes indeed.
Yes.
A fine leg, if I may be so bold, is deserving of a fine trouser. And if sir will pardon the liberty, so fine a legging as sir's is rarely met with twice in one lifetime. Spanking. Spanking, the selection of our trouser for sir.
And perhaps a pair of shoes as well.
Sir will find we rarely part with a trouser, but that a gentleman's shoeing completes the sale. Spanking, an exhibit of our gentleman's winter shoeing to complement the trouser for sale.
Yeah, perhaps not so much winter.
Now we, with madam our bosom boon companion and help me to punt on a summering even. Spanking, an exhibit of gentleman's shoeing for the Clement climb, with sir's fine leg and trouser always borne in mind.
As for the colour...
Sir requires a colouring. Colouring for sir? Is sir quite sure? No. However, sir is no doubt the best judge of his own leg, and a fine legging it is indeed. Spanking a mid-season anytime colouring for sir's trouser, the trouser for sir. And spanking, bear in mind that this must consistently reflect upon the quality and character of sir's Clement Klein shoeing for a summoning punt of an even with madaming.
Perhaps grey.
Sir favours a grey. A greying for sir. We're to wonder if a greying really is, sir. Would a greying, we ask, be quite in harmony with the appointments of sir's, if we may say so, luxuriant herring? However, whatever colouring, it must certainly be a great trouser. Only the greatest of our trouser for sir, spanking, and spanking ensure that it is a trouser which will sit with favour upon sir's fine and manly bottoming.
I'm not quite sure of my size.
Our trouser come in a liberal selection of sizings for sir. However, to remedy sir's problem, if you will be so good as to raise your armings, just so, splendiding, splendiding. And what side does your plonker hang?
Hurrah, hurrah, good end, come one, come all. We'll show you sport and tricks and such. 'Tis Lammas-tide, ye weary men. Wassail, wassail, God bless St. George and Snipey Snook. Ha ha, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. Take that, Jack-a-wat, for Paul's and Croon. Ha ha, ha ha, ha ha, yahoo! Okay, everyone, do carry on drinking. Fun's the name of the game. Now, that was the opening speech of a 13th century Lammas-tide wassail, and I think you'll all agree that besides being a whole lot of fun, there was a lot more to it than met the eye.
Yeah.
You know, okay, everyone, hold on to your horses. It is pretty exciting, I know. Now, these local wassails died out about 600 years ago, and nobody really knows why.
This Lammas-tide wassail's the most bloody boring experience of my life.
Just because it's pre-Renaissance, they'll think we'll watch any old bollocks.
Well, we won't be booking them again.
Right now, Mrs. Dawson. Having a baby is the simplest thing in the world. Absolutely nothing to it. All right? After all, this is 1976.
83.
83. Basically, baby is a parcel. Your vagina is a letterbox, and I'm the postman who's going to deliver it. It's as simple as that.
I hope you're not going to make me have it in a bar full of mud, because I won't conform. I want drugs, forceps, and a sterile and hostile environment.
Splendid, Mrs. Dawson. That's quite the right spirit. As I always say, if you want to give birth to a homosexual, then go to France. How's hubby taking the news? Has he any preference regarding sex?
Well, you know, what with the way I am, doggy is our only option.
What, are you making love?
To Willie Cardy.
Not what are you making love, but what? Exclamation mark? Are you making love with you in your condition?
Well, you know. No. You did say you used drugs, didn't you?
Yeah, just for relaxation. I mean, I'm not hooked or anything. Is he kicking?
Kicking? I'll say it's kicking. You wait till the little bastard gets born and give it such a smack.
Hello. Fred or Frida, the fetal comedian here again. Floating around in a placenta. So called because this placenta bad place to spend your formative months, eh? Oh, very good, you all cry. Oh, very good. At least I hope you do. Here's a thought. Social injustice, it's even in the womb. 7% of the fetuses own 84% of the wealth, so there you go. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah, same place. In the womb, not a lot of opportunities for travel, being moored up as I am. Although I did once swim all the way from the cervix to the top of the uterus, but that was in my wild and reckless youth. These days, I'm a stay-at-home girl. Or boy. Well, I can't quite see the look from here, but I don't mind. I'm not into gender roles. Mind you, after 6 months of living off blood, I couldn't half do with a sausage roll. A womb of me own. That's what I got. A womb with a view. And if you'd seen the view in here, you wouldn't wonder why it takes so long for the eyes to develop. It's a mess, stuff everywhere. But then again, I was forgetting. You have seen the view, haven't you? A long time ago. Which makes me wonder why people go around saying Mother's Day is just a cheap commercial marketing ploy. How soon we forget. All that kicking must be worth a card.
Shape the Wood Queen's vagina. That's right. Good, well done. And...
Oh, it's so marvellously earthy.
Yeah, I never knew vaginas could be so much fun till I took up Morris dancing.
My God, half a pint of shandy's going to taste pretty bloody super after this.
Yeah,
Thorn and thistle.
Yeah,
woo.
Brink and
Briar. Young Tommy's whistle. Wood on the fire.
All right, all of you, you're nicked. Ho, you must think I was born yesterday. We're not all flat-footed, Mr. Plods. I just happen to be one of the ones that is.
Good afternoon, officer. What a splendid job the police do. And all they ever seem to get in return is public criticism and suspicion. Well done, officer.
Yes, well done, officer.
Now then, what can we do for you?
Filth, sir. Filth and smut. Some of us choose to keep our filth and smut to the confines of our lavatories. Not bring them out and flaunt them in front of the vicar, sir.
No, it's a fertility dance, officer.
Nookie dance, sir. Do you know what I do at Nookie? I sit on it hard as I can. Because I'm firm, but I'm fair. And I always get my man. Right, you look.
Too damn quiet, number one.
Too damn, sir.
You can almost hear the silence, can't you, one?
Almost, sir.
God, this war.
Yes, sir.
What were you before, one?
A vet, sir.
A vet, eh?
Yes, sir.
Good training, good training.
Oh, thank you, sir.
What about you, number two?
I'm afraid he can't hear you, sir.
Oh, why not?
He's dead, sir.
Dead, eh?
Yes, sir.
So number two's dead, eh, one?
8 days ago, sir.
Dead a week, but refuses to fall over.
Makes you proud, doesn't it, sir?
It does, doesn't it? Where are we, one?
Belfast, sir.
Exact position?
junction of Falls Road and Divis Flats, sir.
Paddy's being damn quiet tonight. You seen action before, number one?
Not yet, sir. Can't wait.
I think you're looking forward to having a crack at Paddy.
You bet, sir.
That's the spirit.
Thanks.
Let me give you a bit of advice. If you should kill a Mick, or two, one, don't feel personally responsible. You can't afford to feel.
I shall remember that, sir.
It's just this damn war.
Yes, sir.
Damn it, Paddy's rumbled us.
Look, sir.
My God, there must be 10, 11, there must be 15 of them. 15 children.
And 3 late adolescents in support, sir.
What are they using?
Oh, it looks like 20-odd 4-inch rocks and 4 15-inch sticks.
My God, big stuff, eh? Well, it's too late to take avoiding action. We'll have to engage. Action stations, action stations.
Love a duck, Ginger, here we go. Come on, Smiler, wakey, wakey.
Stone and crows, Bobby. No peace for the wicked, eh? Come on, shake your leg, Smiler.
I can't, Ginger. I can't take it, that noise.
It's just a dustbin lid, Smiler. Just them old biddies banging the dustbin lids, that's all.
I'm scared, Bobby, I'm scared.
We're all of us scared, Smiler. None of us is heroes.
But we got hearts of gold, and that's what's going to pull us through. Come on, Smiler, you can do it.
Thanks, Ginger. I feel better now. I don't know what I'd do without you blokes, I really don't.
You'll pull through, Smiler, and don't forget, I'll get you a pint after the op.
Oh, you're a real pal, Robbie, you are a real pal.
Chin up, me old beauty. It's all in a day's work.
Today's modern navy breaches the ports other navies cannot reach.
Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun, and the dish ran away with the spoon. Do you know that song? I know it. That's why I could sing it. Did you sing it with me? I hope so. I wonder if you can remember the first time you sang that song. It was the day we first met on this programme, 7 years ago. Can you count that with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you remember how last week we showed you how a cow has legs and a nose? Well, this week we're going to show you a woman going crazy. Look, some of you sent Teddy some lovely letters this week, but Teddy can't read them because he's plastic and filled with foam rubber. But if he could read them, he'd think what I think, that you're all going to be unemployed in 10 years' time, and we're glad. Except that probably, by then, those nice soldiers we saw trooping the colour will have beaten 7 types of shit out of you. Or perhaps there'll be a war, like in the grand old Duke of York. Except you won't be able to see it so well, because right at the very beginning, everybody's eyeballs will be welded to the backs of their skulls. Would you like that? I hope so. But I won't be unemployed in 10 years' time, because do you know what's going on through the round window this week? Me.
Well now, Horn, I've noticed a considerable change in the school magazine.
Frank and fearless, sir.
Take this report on the recent pencil case robbery.
That it should happen in Britain, sir. A scandal.
Scores of youths, many of them black, roamed the vicinity both before and after the incident. The black ones looking particularly black.
Yes, sir.
Horn, we are an inner-city school. It was playtime. The theft took place in the playground.
Just reporting what I saw, sir.
What about this recent request by the infants not to have to empty everybody else's plates after dinner?
Oh, yes, sir. The wreckers.
Was it necessary to point out that if our lads in the Falklands had refused to empty everybody else's plates, then we'd all be stinking arges by now.
Well, some of us prefer to put school before self.
Like Scabby Hopkins.
A national hero.
Yeah, but does being the only infant that day to scrape a plate justify a 4-page pull-out and keep souvenir special entitled Hero Hopkins, the Little Man's Voice for Freedom?
He is a little man.
They're all little men, Horn. They're only 4.5. Did Sally Smith give her permission for you to take this photograph?
I love it, sir. They're flattered. Besides, she got her jamboree bag.
She may not have much up top at the moment, but lovely Sally Smith, 8, should go on to bigger things. Here's a trick. Why not take 2 pink buddy poster fastenings and stick them to her chest? Pretty as a picture.
When I get into middle school, sir, I hope not to have to employ such stratagems, eh?
It grieves me to have to say so, Horn, but I'm sure you have a very lucrative career in journalism ahead of you.
Ahead of me, sir? I've been working for the Sun since I was 4.
Oh, what about the SAS, eh?
The SASA?
No, Bernard, the SAS question mark.
Ah.
Things I can tell you about the SAS make your eyes curl.
Really? Do. I'm all ears.
Well, their motto, for example. Very close about that, they are. I got off an old para friend. Apparently it's who dares wins, you know.
Yeah, I had sort of heard that, actually, Alan.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have sort of heard things about the SAS, Bernard. It's different having the facts.
Yeah, completely different.
Well, for example, you remember that Iranian embassy hoo-ha at Prince's Gate?
Oh, vividly, yeah. The papers were full of it.
SAS job.
What, the old Sassers?
Yep. Everyone kept pretty quiet about it at the time, but they were in the thick of that one. They just went in,
did the ruddy job,
and withdrew in good order.
Took them out.
Totally out. I'll tell you another quite extraordinary thing, Bernard. SAS stands for Special Air Service.
Well, are you sure you're not one yourself? You seem pretty well genned up about them.
Well, Bernard, they do represent Britain's finest fighting forces in the field. The finest, I might add, of the already first-class combat unit, which is the British Army. And I've seen action myself, you know.
On the television?
Sure, Bernard, sure, but I think one can guess one's limits fairly well. I'm pretty sure I'd come up to the mark. My para pal promised I'd pass for a para without any problem. He's taken some punishment.
And handed it out, too, I shouldn't wonder.
Bernard, he could totally take out any world-class heavyweight you care to mention.
Muhammad Ali?
Ah, now you see, everyone mentions him. He's actually comparatively easy to totally take out.
Your pal's just a para.
Absolutely. He always says the only thing he'd ever take out without bones breaking is either a beautiful woman or 2 beautiful women.
He sounds like quite a fellow, Alan.
Yeah, he always says to me, Alan, he says, all I am is an old foot slogger and a servant of the Queen. But I could totally take out any man you care to mention in a whirlwind of swift, effective, ruthless, no-nonsense violence.
I wonder why it's called a Special Air Service.
I know, it's a very intelligent question, Bernard.
Oh, thanks, Alan.
Well, I've probably told you too much already, but... Well, the fact is that no man need apply for a posting in the Special Air Service unless he is personally capable of unaided flight.
Sassers can fly.
It's a fact that if you can't totally take out any man you care to mention in a whirlwind of violence and fly, then don't bother to audition. No, sir.
I noticed you said audition there, Alan.
Yeah, disguise, characterization. Some of Britain's finest actors are SAS trained. Olivier, Gilgood. Glenda Jackson is, in fact, a full colonel in the Women's Royal SAS.
Women's section, have they?
It's small, but, small. It's like Monty said. They're within 30 yards crawl of a commie machine gun nest and suddenly they want 6 months off to have a baby. It's not really on as a lesson.
No, not a doll's lesson.
Still, it's an interesting thought that Lulu could totally take a man out with a single blow, isn't it?
But, Your Honour, all we're doing is simply reenacting medieval representational folk drama.
My lord, whatever pseudo-anthropological hocus jumbo you dress it up with, Morris dancing remains rude, extremely rude.
It's earthy and vital.
And if I were before this court, sir, if I were before this court to show it my bottom, would you consider that to be earthy and vital?
No.
No. Thank you. Now then, sir, if indeed that really is your name, would you care to tell the court in loud and ringing tones precisely what this is?
It's a penis. It's a penis.
A penis. And what, if I may be so bold, is a penis?
Well, it's a...
It's rude, isn't it, sir? It's very, very rude. And what is this?
A 13th century wort, or penis.
And these?
They're penises.
As indeed are all these items confiscated at the time of your arrest.
Yes, they are all penises of one sort or another, but the point is that medieval infant mortality was so high that to a wort cutter, reproduction was a central feature of life.
And does the diseased erotomania and sexual inadequacy of a 13th century peasant justify the wholesale corruption of our village fates? I submit to you that it does not. Does having a sore bottom entitle you to wear it upon your sleeve?
Many people ask the question, should we be ashamed of our bodies? And of course, unreservedly I answer, yes. I am fully aware that a large section of the community carries one of these things about with them for their own personal use, but I suggest this is a sad reflection on society, rather than a matter for flamboyant rejoicing. The fact that rude things grow from various parts of the human body is a circumstance that the law tolerates, but no more. The innocent must be protected from Morris dances.
Hello, all you viewer pops out there in television land. Time now for the naughty bit. Time to cringe your scrollops, grip your grangles, but of course, all in the best possible taste. So, let's all go blind together now with Hot Morris!
Merrily and verily, let there be, I say to thee, agility.